Oh man, has it taken some damage. You can see shell damage everywhere. It's even worse than I feared. They've confirmed casualties too. Didn't think I'd ever have to see anything like this. As students at a military academy, you should fucking assume this will happen at some point. Yeah, we should focus on doing what we can, getting a better grasp of the situation, all that good stuff. Let's find who's in charge and get their permission to start an investigation. Let me see. If Lieutenant General Vander has given you his permission, I see no reason to refuse. However, I want to make it clear that armed conflict with Calvard could begin at any moment. Got our hands full staying on guard for any potential threat. I'll permit you to speak with the soldiers here, but don't get in the way of them doing their duties. Alright, let's get started. We should start by speaking with the soldiers and assessing the damage. That seems wise. When we've gathered all the information we need, we can start piecing it together. Investigation time. They want me to talk to Rubble here? Because I'm on top. There we go. There's something unusual about that scrap. This is a mortar shell manufactured by the Rhineford Company. Seen him before on the assembly line. There are only a couple of models capable of firing this kind of shell. So the mortar used to fire it was also made by the Rhineford Company. But if we assume that, it seems much less likely that the Republic was responsible. You know, unless maybe the Republic, stole one. Doesn't make much sense to me. Even when we account for deception, it seems unlikely that Calvard would go this far to conceal their involvement. Though considering the stakes, we can't entirely rule it out. I'm going to assume this somehow links back to Osborne in some way. I assume, because he's a part of the Empire, but he's like the evil part of the Empire because he's evil and he has a beard. Also, he's called the fucking Blood and Iron Chancellor. That's some heavy shit. This is awful. It really is. Look at it. Looks like they got hit hard. And to think there were casualties. You know, the Imperial Army isn't going to sit and twiddle their thumbs after suffering an attack like this. They have their image to uphold. Looks like most of the damage is concentrated on the south side of the building. You'd think whoever carried out the attack could have done it from the highlands? Seems very likely. But where on the plains could they launch an attack like that? The highlands are incredibly vast. We need some kind of clues to where we could start looking. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to find something here that'll point us in the direction. That's the situation with the Republic Army. Looks like they're really hustling over there. We confirmed a number of armored vehicles entering and exiting the area. We've heard their base got hit pretty badly too. And even from over here, it sure looks that way. The Lieutenant General said that the Republican base got hit at least as hard as the Watchtower, if not harder. But we believe they were responsible for that as well. They need an excuse to attack us, and that sure as hell looks like one. You really think it's true? That much damage seems awfully excessive. They probably just got overzealous with the explosives. Doesn't make much difference either way. If they're brazen enough to attack us, we'll blow them back across the border. The soldiers here all seem to have their doubts, but without any hard evidence, we're not going to be able to convince them of anything. We should reconsider the possibility that this was a deliberate act of sabotage by Calvard's forces. Rowan, why'd you go and die on me? Zats. Seems pretty down. Can't say I don't understand how he feels, though. It was right when the shifts changed. Rowan came out to relieve me, and as I was chatting away with them, when the first shell hit us, must have been 3. So it turned around 3 then, right in the middle of the night. I was on the lookout. I should have noticed something was off, but that explosion completely took me by surprise. I was so sure nothing would happen out there that something actually did. I was useless. If I just paid a bit more attention, I'd been a better soldier. Rowan might still be with us. It's not your fault. None of us could have predicted something like this. You can hardly blame yourself for our lack of vigilance after being stationed in a peaceful area this long. They attacked in the dead of night, knowing your guard would be down. Wonder if it really was the Republican armies doing after all. We need more info before we can say for sure. No, I don't think it was them. There was something else that happened before we came under attack. We heard an explosion coming from the Republican army's base. When we looked, we saw smoke pouring out of it. We knew that both bases were attacked, but did both attacks really happen at the same time? If that's so, it's unlikely either armies were responsible. Who is responsible? We should keep this in mind. Oh no, they're gonna quiz me on shit. I think that's all the info we can gather. I think so too. Now we need to analyze. First, we should establish a good picture of what was happening. First of all, what time did the attack that's gonna be 3. Yep. 3 a.m. That's what the guard told us. That wasn't all that was going on. Yeah, the Republican Army's base also came under attack, and according to the Lieutenant General, they suffered even greater damage. And I think we can safely discount the possibility the Republican Army bombed their own forces. There's no evidence that the Imperial Army launched an attack either. All we know is that both attacks happened and both sides took heavy damage. However, as Elisa said, we have no evidence to suggest that either side was responsible. If we accept that as fact, the most likely scenario is that the responsibility lies with another party entirely. So you think a third party is working behind the scenes to provoke both countries into starting war. Tensions between the Empire and the Republic are always high, but compared to other areas of similar political value, the Nord Highlands have always been peaceful. I can conceive of no other reason either country would have decided to break that peace last night. Yeah, if anything, it seems that the negatives would outweigh the positives for both parties. If this were Crossbell, might be a different story, but here, you mention it, we found something else that was odd about the watchtower. Something that seems to point to a third party's involvement. Something odd? But she's referring to the weapon that was used. You're talking about the mortars. Exactly. Looks like the orbital mortars they used in the attack were an old Rhineford model. And I, for one, find it pretty unlikely that the Republican Army is packing Erebonium-made weapons. I have a little reason to be, considering the Republic has its own major orbital technology manufacturer, the Verne Company. And the Verne Company is responsible for manufacturing most of the arms used by the Republican Army. Then there's the fact that the mortar used here is old. The Imperial Army hasn't used this model for years. I've heard that military surplus sometimes makes its way onto the black market and ends up in the hands of mercenaries. Knowing that, it seems unlikely that either army chose to use it to cover their tracks. Quite. However, there's a far more pressing question we need to answer. What do you mean? I know where you're going. We need to know where the attack was launched from in the first place. That's going to be difficult to suss out. But without the vital detail, all our speculation thus far is for naught. If we intend to avert a war, we need more than speculation. We need conclusive evidence. Agreed. The Highlands are far too vast to just strike out searching blindly, especially with the Lieutenant General's deadline rapidly approaching. Actually, we may not have to start our search blind. If Elisa and Gaius will lend me a hand, I may be able to help. What? If I can factor the location of the damage together with the speed and trajectory of the shells, and then take into account the Highlands winds, may be able to estimate the area from which the mortar was fired, or potentially. Seriously? Sounds easier said than done. I'll do what I can. You familiar with the specifics of the shell? It's an old model, but I should be able to give you some rough data. That should be plenty. Let's have another look at those damaged areas. Alright, I've calculated a rough location. I believe the mortar was fired from a location to the south. Using the map as a reference point, that means it was likely launched from somewhere in this area. And according to my calculations, the launch site shouldn't be too far from here. I can't believe you managed to work that out. That's well beyond the level of mathematics we cover in this class. I'll enjoy watching regions really sweat it out trying to best you on the next midterm. I applied some physics, don't worry about it. Let's not talk about him or his shotgun. Couldn't have done it without Elisa and Gaius. Looks like we've got a nice big piece of the puzzle right in our hands. Sure seems like it. Let's take off and start looking. Right. Reen and the others reported their findings to the soldier in charge and asked him to relay the intel to Zender Gate. Afterward, they set out on horseback to begin their search. Alright, let's start looking for where the mortar was actually fired. If what Emma calculated is correct, it should have been fired from a point south of the watchtower. Most likely from a point that's easy to overlook, so that it's not found out. We'll see if we can find anywhere that fits the description. We'll likely need to rely on the map. Wonder if the culprit could still be there. Regardless, we should see what we can find. Let's see here. Guess we should head on over. Actually, how long have we been going? It has been a bit. No, we can still keep going. Let's there's no chance the mortar was fired from this direction. Let's turn back and look elsewhere. Let's see. Ah, yes, it's right there. Sure. We ride. Hey, over there. Don't think we've used this for anything. Oh yeah, just use her bow. She augmented it with magic. Well, look at that. Well, let's go up and see what's going on. Well, here we are. Old orbital mortars. All right for models too. Looks like they've been used recently. Alright, we return. What's that? Oh shit. You bitch. And it's the one from the previous chapter. Saddle up. Chase and find the... Before time runs out. Oh shit. Let's have a look here. I guess we'll keep pursuing from this direction. Does turbo raise the time too? It does. As long as we go in the same general direction, that doesn't seem to really matter. Wow, you're really fucking going. Now which way will she go? Will she go into the Stonehenge looking thing? It looks like she is. And if she is, then yeah, we'll wrap around this way. So it seems we've done the right thing here. Actually made it. Oh good, it's an AP thing. Look at me, I'm so good at this video game thing.
君は軍の監視塔と共和国軍の基地が攻撃されたことに関係しているのか？
無用な疑いはかけたくない。だがこの地にいる理由と、
なんか露骨に疑われちゃったみたいだし、ちょっと段取りが狂ったかな。そっか、その手があったか。君たちが手伝ってくれれば万事。何を？でもどれだけできるかちょっと。
やる気か。
僕はミリアムオライオンだよ。こっちはガーちゃん。正式名称はアガートラム。それじゃよろしく。
Oh boy.
それじゃ始めよっか。
Alright, she counts as one entire unit. Alright, well let's get this thing going. Here's hoping it all goes well. I think attack and then immediately show your new move. Sick. Oof. That's quite the punch. Alright, time to start boosting yourself. Buster arm.
行くぞ
That's so bad. That's totally faint too. Let's see. We don't have many that can fix this, but
礼は言おう任せるがいい や
感謝する
alright, some people have gotten up at least. Alright, who needs healing? She definitely does. Let's give you this. Nail him. Alright, that's good.
気を逃すな一斉にかかれ任せてくれ炎よ
Go for another big hit. It's gonna knock people out. Yeah, 100%.
俺の番だな
She seems to cycle it every other turn. Probably hit her with water, I guess. Some delay might help. Ultimate bear. Oh no. I think that might just be like Grail Sphere in the other games, so that might not be as terrible as I'm assuming. I mean, there's only one way to find out. The way to find out is arbitrary fuck you, it missed. Oh, great. Not in a good spot now. Keep her up. Alright, you're gonna need to pick someone up. Pick him up. Heal yourself. I'm afraid she's just gonna use her Buster arm and immediately he's gonna die. No, he's just immediately gonna die anyway, cause fucking... God, I hate that. I hate that so much. It's the worst. Yeah, we probably need to move people around so that not everyone's grouped up. Pick him up, he's farther away. Oh, come on! Just fucking hit! Jesus Christ. Oh, thank God it didn't. Thank God it didn't make her lose that. Please hit. This is my only shot. Ah, she doesn't do much damage. Yeah, you're gonna have to start bringing people back. This ain't great because I'll still die. Yeah, just pop this. There, I won't die now. They'll die. This fight fucking blows. Hey, look, it went so easily. So if you're wondering, the great strategy for that is, she has a bad status effect thing that'll just knock everyone out because apparently the Trail series has some of the worst status effects in any game I've ever played that make me no longer want to play it when they happen. So you just move everyone out of the way. But you have to know it. You have to know that they have the move, because if you don't, you've basically lost after one turn. It's not a great time. Not a great time.
小娘
2つの軍事施設への攻撃だから違うってば
Though, to be honest, it's only the fights that use feint. Most of the other fights, when a status effect hits me, I'm like, alright, let me respond to it. But when it's feint, it's like, you need to cure this or it's just fucking done. That's also why I found the last boss of Trails the Third to generally be a really unfun experience.
だったら君が知っている情報を教えてくれ
I mean, generally, it'd be like someone's like, well, you could get anti-feint equipment. And I'm like, yeah, I could also see into the future.
この地の平穏を取り戻せるならだから
And your future is in a
話してほ
locker.
しい
リン
あ
ミリアムさんとにかく時間がありません私たちにどんなことを手伝ってほしいのは数名くらいの武装集団の拘束だよ
Huh?
なんですってあの迫撃砲を見たでしょ同じものが共和国軍の基地から少し離れた場所に隠してあったんだま、同じ連中が仕掛けたんだろうね
ちょっと待て
その武装集団というのは一体どういう詳しくは知らないけど傭兵崩れっぽいから高額なミラで雇われただけなんじゃないかなま、これからその辺りを確かめに行こうと思う
待ってくれ
そいつらがどこにいるのか君は
高原の北の方だよどう手伝ってくれるなら案内してあげる
分かったとりあえず協力させトールス士官学院
ガイウス・ウォーゼル
アリサン・ラインフォルトよエマー・ミルスティンです
ユーシス・アルバレアオーロックス砦の
We're from the civilization that wears clothes that don't look stupid.
あはは僕たちに気づいてたそれはそれこれはこれで一旦お願いします
調子のいい
まあまあとにかくよろしくそれじゃあ早速だけど高原の北に向かっちゃおっか
ああだがその前に
そうね通信機でモンにも状況を説明したいし
よしで君の方は彼に乗っていく
そうだとりあえずせっかくだし君の後ろ
Everyone give... We're just a taxi. Ridiculous.
母ちゃん
しかも今の消え方は
ほらほら出発それじゃあ武装集団を捕らえるためにレッツゴー
For reasons unknown, she has an Arcus and can do links. She's got all that stuff going on. Oh man, she's a lot higher level. Well, I can't use her. She's so high up. Well, let's head back. Looks like this will be our opportunity to actually do what's it? The Northern Highlands monster thing. Also,
気持ちいいね
あんまりはしゃいで落ちないようにな
but yeah, man, the bosses that have the one attack hits multiple party members and inflicts feint is probably my least favorite thing any of these games can do. Like, bar none. Everything else I could probably deal with. Any status effect that's really going to be like, you're frozen in place and you need... One, you need to solve this problem, but two, most of the people you need to solve the problem are gone. So it's just like, oh, you need one person to heal up 3 people who can't do shit until you've done it. I think if it was a move that you'd see telegraphed to turn prior, it'd be not much of an issue for me. But man. I'm extending your deadline. All right. It's time to enter the next phase. Alright, do our best to show us the way there. There's a creepy old ruin around back. That's where they're all holed up. So then, the red marking will be where we need to go, which is in the ancient quarry. Our monster that we need to find is bottom left. Well, I think at this point we could go ahead and end off with this episode here. Next time, we shall... But yeah, in the next episode, we will head into the ancient quarry. And, will I fight this monster off screen? Will I? Will I really? Probably not. We'll probably open with me beating up the monster and turning it in. And then we'll go. Actually, fuck it. I'll probably do it off screen because it's a side monster. Who gives a shit? All right. I'll take care of that. And we will start with the plot next time. I will also grind a little bit because I imagine that I'll be a little bit under leveled here given we got a party member that's so much higher. So we'll see what we can do. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. These videos would not be possible if not for the generous support of my patrons over on Patreon. You're seeing their names go across the screen right now. But beyond them, I also want to give special shout outs to my higher tiered supporters, and I'm going to do so now. First up, we have the Wayfinder tier, which includes Azure Counselor, Dronic LX, Javier Porksword, Lasky 3, Matthew Cassidy, Mr. I Like Bacon, Nucleon. That's my best shot, I'm sorry. And the Dungeon Master. Thank you so much to the Wayfinders, but standing even above them, the most hardcore of my supporters, the organization, includes Colleen Suarez, KC, Lady Popcorn, and WTF Spider-Man. Thank you so much to everyone who chooses to support over at patreon.com/KZXcellent. Consider supporting so that I can continue to do the things. I'm sure there's like stuff on the screen now that's like, look at this, click on that, do stuff. I'm leaving. I gotta go. I don't know how to run this show. Bye-bye.